Hello, welcome to Two Controls, One Sofa, and we are back with another Madden video. If you watched the last one, we've started basically a GM mode where I'm just going to simulate the season and just do the good bits in the off season, because that's what I prefer to do. So yeah, I'm going to run through the season, some of the stuff that happened in the season. So yeah, don't forget to check out our website as well, twocontrolsonsofa.com. Some great, all the content's on there, as well as some great offers on Far Cry Primal and some free Steam games. Basically, if you sign up for a membership, you get a free Steam game and you get a chance of winning Far Cry Primal, as well as every month a chance to win a new game. So it'll be Far Cry Primal this month. And maybe next month, and then obviously whatever's new out that month, you will have a chance to win that. But it'll always be a game that's not out yet, just to have more value. So don't forget to check that out. The link will be in the description below. Anyway, back to this. So we started the season off with a 45-17 win against the Ravens, a 38-6 loss to the Chiefs, 37-6 to the Lions. We have had the 6th best defense in the league, I think. As you can see, another loss, 28-17 to the Vikings. But then we pulled out a 24-0 zip 0 to the Raiders, which you'll see is lower down. 34-24 win against the Browns, and then a 19-17 win after the bye against the Packers. 3 big wins there. Fortunately, into a 28-14 loss to the Colts. Good divisional win there against the Chiefs with a 38-20 win. A 31-14 win against the Bears and Jay Cutler. 47-12 loss against the Patriots, and a 34-30 loss to the Chargers. 2 big losses there. Didn't help us in our playoff hunt. A 17-0 to the Raiders. 2 shutouts against the Raiders, and the Raiders failed to score a point against us this season. I suppose if you get one shutout a year, that's good, but to shut them out twice, it's pretty good. And then a 24-13 win against the Steelers, and a 35-21 loss against the Bengals. And this clinched a playoff place for the Broncos with a 31-29 win against the Chargers. And we go into the postseason and a wild card place against the Bengals. Unfortunately, it's not a home game. We do have to go to Cincinnati. But at least we're in the playoffs. We're in the draw. We can still make the Super Bowl. But I don't think we've been anywhere near spectacular this season. I know Peyton hasn't been brilliant. As you can see, he's got a quarterback rating of 86.3, 3,842 yards, 32 touchdowns, 21 interceptions, and Brock is going to be the starting quarterback next season. There is no doubt about that. I don't know whether Peyton's planning on leaving or not, but I have already decided that he will be going, or I can't afford to sit him on the bench, but he will be going. He did get sacked 20 times. You can't really say that, but 1,000-yard rushing for C.J. Anderson, and a good contribution from Ronnie Hillman, I think. It worked effectively in some games with a 1-2 attack. Peyton Manning with 81 rushing yards, 40 rushes. I wonder. Emmanuel Sanders with 1,000 yards. Demarius only got 800, which is a shame. He did get injured for about 5 games, I think. So that's probably why he's lost out on his 1,000-yard season. He ends his run of 1,000-yard seasons. But Emmanuel Sanders come up with 1,000 yards. Demarius did have the most touchdowns in the team. Vernon Davis with 6. Cody Lattimore with 6. Benny Fowler with 3. Blocking, that's the big number. Ryan Clady let 7 sacks. Now he is on the strong side anyway. But 7 Ryan. On to the defense. 133 tackles for Brandon Marshall. Big 100 tackles for Darian Stewart. 95 for TJ Ward. Some big tackles there from the safeties. 87 from Tarb. A bit disappointed that Dennis Trevathan's down there. I know he missed a good 7 weeks of the season. Well, yeah, that's probably why he's down there actually. But where's his replacement? Where is he? Brad Jones. 22. God. It shows that we really struggled without Danny. Sacks. 11.5 for Malik. 11 for DeMarcus Ware. Where's Von Miller? 3 sacks all season for Von Miller. That is poor. This is one of my targets for the off season. Is the defensive line. 5 sacks from Antonio Smith. I swapped Wolf and Antonio halfway through the season because I didn't think Wolf was doing enough, but in return Antonio hasn't really done much better. 3 tackles for a loss for Williams. I'd expect more with him stuffing the gap. I wouldn't expect sacks, but I'd expect a few more tackles for a loss as he's charging through that line. One thing I forgot. Tarb and Chris Harris with 5. Marshall with 4. As I said, Roby was injured for quite a while, so we'll let him off. Kick returning, no touchdowns. Punt returning, no touchdowns. So that was that. That's pretty much it, I think, for stats. God, what's his name? Seahawks. The Seahawks were the best team in the league, and Russell Wilson was MVP. Right, so we're going to have a look at the transactions for the season. Started off signing Demaryius Thomas for 7 years and $93.1 million contract. He was franchised last season. It was a must at re-signing him. There was no way we could replace him during the off-season. Brandon McManus to a 5-year contract, $14 million. This was a big one. We got a trade about week 2 for Shaquille. I was umming and ahhing whether to do it. He was a good young talent. I think he could be really good, but we have DeMarcus Ware, who I know is not going to last forever. Von Miller and Shane Ray. Now Shane Ray is going to step up into DeMarcus Ware's shoes, so Von Miller and Shane Ray are hopefully going to be around for a good number of years now, so I didn't want to keep Shaquille here when I could get a 2nd round pick for him, albeit next year, which I didn't know at the time. I didn't look. But they're going to be the starters. I need backups. And Shaquille was too good to be a backup. So I had to let him go. Got a second round for him, so it all worked out. I signed Chris Houston. Um, that's the reason why it pushed me to make the trade. Roby got injured for about 7 weeks, and we were left short at cornerback, and I wanted a nickel because I didn't think whoever it is, can't remember his name now, could step up. So we traded him, freed up a roster place, signed Chris Houston, um, signed Derek Wolfe for 6 years. Think that may have been too long because I don't think he's the answer. We need some real power off the edges, as well as Von and DeMarcus and Ray. Um, so that's something I'm going to be attacking this season. This off season is defensive ends. Um, Re-signed Danny Trevathan for 6 years. That's a big one. CJ Anderson for 4. I wasn't sure whether he was the answer, but he's got 1,000 yards, so you can ask for a new running back. Re-signed Ronnie for 3 for 2.8 million. That is nothing. He's a brilliant backup. I can't ask for much more of him. Malik Jackson got the most sacks in the team, I think it was. Maybe not. But 5 years for him. Omar Bolden for 2 years. Not sure about him, but we need people in that position. So this bit we got Danny Trevathan got injured for about 7 weeks. He's still injured now. He's going to be back in time for the conference championship. So I had to release a player, so I chose Bibbs because he wasn't getting any time at all. Signed Brad Jones. He stepped in at number 2. And then we signed Brock Osweiler for 4 years. This was a difficult one. He was really, I don't know, he really didn't want to sign. He wanted a lot of money. But we giving him, as I said, he is going to be the starter next year, and Manning will be gone. Alright, yeah, he'll be gone. Manning is going at the end of the season. We have to step up and let Brock Osweiler have a shot now. So yeah, get your comments in below who I should be looking at in the off season for free agent, what position I should be looking at in the draft. I've already scouted centre, defensive end, and outside linebacker pretty hard. So yep, get your comments in, and thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.